Okay. Hi. Hi, you guys. My name is Raven.
My name is Cassandra.
I'm Rayvon.
And this is Rather Complex. So this is our 5th episode. I know we took a little break, but life was happening, but we're back. And that's really what matters. So this episode is going to consist of mainly like life updates, like what's been going on in our lives, what we've been doing, what's been happening. And then we might trickle into some topics like later after. But yeah, that's going to majority be what this episode is about. So who wants to start it off? I can start if nobody wants to start. But.
Well, first I want to say that thank you to everyone that's been like watching. I know we did take like a break, but a lot of people like reached out to us and gave us like some encouraging words, even like some some advice, and like we appreciate you guys so much, and we really love that you guys love us. And I think the biggest thing that everyone has mentioned was our chemistry. Like, they love our chemistry. And y'all, this is real life. Like, this is just how we are. So we appreciate it. And thank you for not judging.
Okay, so I guess I could kick it off if you guys want to. So I'm officially unemployed. I have been unemployed.
Rewind.
Let me just move my head. Let me just move my head. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that was a sign to something, but yes, I'm officially unemployed. I don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I've been feeling good. You know, the first week I was a little anxious just because I'm so used to working, not having nothing to do. I just felt like, all right, you're not doing nothing. Everybody else is going to work. Everybody else has something going on, and you're literally just in bed watching Catfish. Like, what do you do with your life?
That's a great life.
I know, but now that's how I feel. Like, now the fact that I can literally get up and do whatever I want has given me so much freedom. And I'm just like, the world is mine. Like, I could literally do whatever I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I've been getting some little gigs here and there. And so that has been a super blessing to me. And I've just been feeling like really encouraged. Of course, I get down sometimes because I'll still apply for stuff and they'll be like, oh, just not right now. So it's just like, damn, like, when am I going to get like that big opportunity? But I'm a firm believer that if something doesn't work out, something better is on the way. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, with that, I'm going to do a little shameless plug because, look, you got to promote yourself however you can. So if y'all need a photographer, a film, videographer, editor, whatever, I will leave my information down below. You guys can follow me on Instagram as well.
She's the person to go to. Mm-hmm. Just know.
They're not just saying that because they're my friends. Like,
she really be eating up. Like, my birthday shoot, she ate. And I just want to say something too. Like, I'm extremely proud of Raven because not only does she like quit her job, but she quit her job to follow her dreams. And a lot of people don't do that. They don't put themselves first. And I think that is super brave, and it's encouraging. Like, it makes me want to, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to pursue it and trying to stay focused, but then bills come and stuff like that, and you find yourself back in the same habit. Because I was in the same shoes not too long ago where I was just like, F it, and I had like a lot of time on my hands, and I feel like use this time to really just focus on what you want and invest in that as much as you can. So shout outs to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I've just been doing, and just putting myself out there, living life, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but like, I think about my mortality a lot. And I think the only person I talk to is Cassandra about this.
It's so weird. Like,
I think about death a lot. And like, it used to be to the point where I was scared of it. Now I'm not as scared of it. I think it encourages me more to live life. But there's not a day that I don't like think about the fact that like this could be my last day on earth. And it's like, do I want to live a life that I'm working at a job I don't like, doing things I don't want to do? Or do I want to live a life that is fulfilling and joyful and peaceful? Ooh. So that's like a constant reminder as well. Not the death part, that is, I'm working on it, but it is a like,
I would never forget
Girl,
when
I'm
she
glad you
killed
didn't come
me.
to
She
me
was
about
like,
that.
I'm dying every day, and I'm like craving.
I'm glad she didn't come to me about that.
I was
Like,
like,
oh.
I don't
think about
talk
it
to
like
a lot
that.
of people a lot because it is like a weird topic. I think Cassandra and my mom is the only people I've talked to about it, and even it's like very brief. And with my mom, it was more emotional because I'm not gonna get my bag, but basically like I think about the fact that my mom is getting older, and so I know eventually she's gonna have to like pass away. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm not, because my mom's mom passed away when she was 17. I'm 27. Even at this age, I can't fathom that concept of my mom not being here. And, you know, may my aunt rest in peace. She also passed away. And so just that thought is like, it consumes me a lot. And it's something that I really do think about. But that's not, you know, it's not an icebreaker. You don't just meet people and talk about stuff like that.
I think everyone like thinks about it like when you have that realization that, oh wow, like, you know, I could die one day, or like this could be the day, or like, you know, when you experience some like losing someone, you realize like how fragile life is. I think I don't like thinking about it because it really makes me like paranoid in a sense, like wow, okay, anything can happen. But then I'm like, okay, so I have to, you know, just enjoy my life now and be present. Because I'll start with thinking like death, and now I'm like, oh my God, is there heaven or hell, or what happens after we die? What is gonna like you like?
It gets deep.
It just keeps going on and on. So I'm like, you know what, Cass, don't focus on dying. Let's focus on living.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the idea of us not being like immortal is crazy. I wish I could live forever. I wish I have a superpower. Let's not get off topic.
Okay, so yeah, but basically that's what's been going on with me. Just living life. When people ask me like what I'm doing, I just say I'm enjoying life, I'm living life, I'm happy. You know, money is a factor, but I've prepared myself to where like I'll be good for a couple of months. And you know, money comes and goes. Just like I spend money, I'll make money. So it's not something that's really hindering me. I just wake up every day and the day is mine. So
and you're still hustling, so
period, because the hustle don't stop. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Who's next?
So I'll go next. So for me, I've just been like in a better headspace, and I've been happier. I've been taking a lot of time to think about what I want to do with life as well. Now, yeah, everybody knows I want to sing. It's just I don't really have that like drive.
Why don't you have the drive?
I don't know. I think that's the one thing that gets me down. Is that. But other than that, I've been really happy. I've cut out a lot of fat in my weight, by the way. Lost almost 20 pounds. And I cut out a lot of like toxic people out of my life. So that's another reason for me living a happier life. Mm-hmm. But as far as like the whole me not having I don't know. I still don't know yet.
Have you never really felt like you had a drive, or is it just now?
I feel like I did at one point, but now it's like.
Yes. Are you comfortable?
No.
You're not comfortable?
Where I'm at, no.
So wouldn't that be the drive to like push you? Because that'd be my drive. Like, I'm not comfortable with where I'm at in life. I see more for myself. So that's what pushes me, even when I don't feel like it. Because I think it's normal not to want to do stuff sometimes. But I feel like when I think about certain circumstances, I'm like, no, I gotta like get up and I gotta do this. And like seeing also other people do it. We were talking about this other day too. Like seeing other people around me do good and do well. That's also like a motivator for me, because it's like, you can do it, I can do it. And then like also having people around you that support you and encourage you as well is also a helping factor. And it's like, Rayvon is talented. Like Rayvon, there's people out there that have the work ethic, but no offense, they're not talented. Rayvon is actually talented. He just doesn't have the work ethic. So we be pushing him like, do it, because like once you have that, I feel like there's nothing that can stop you. You know?
I think actually another part that plays into it is me being lazy. I'm gonna sit there and be honest. I'm lazy.
At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
At least you're honest.
Because if I wasn't, then I would have been doing a lot more. First of all, I'd have been somewhere already. I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but that's my life.
I like your shoes. I'm
I
sorry.
don't think
this is
that you
so
could-
random. Those are cute.
Thank you. I told you.
Those are the ones you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, those are really
And I was
cool.
like, I feel like Dimitri was trying to roast me. I'm like, you ain't.
Little brothers, siblings in general always try to roast you when you got some, like when you got that stuff on, they always try to like humble you. It's
Yeah,
like,
it was everything. He didn't like my hair. He said I look like an anime character, and that was like, really, you don't like it? Because sometimes I'll be like, you fuck with it. He was like, if you like it, I love it. I'm like,
that's like the worst thing someone can say. If you like it, I love it.
He's a hater.
That means you hate it.
Watch when he grow up. He gonna see.
he steals my swag a lot. Dimitri dresses just like me.
That's the thing. Siblings
dresses
will
just
like
me.
you inspire them, but they will never give you your
Never give me
props.
the
Like
props.
siblings will never tell you like, oh, you actually look nice, or like you did good. Like they have to like undercut it with like a jab. I mean, I do the same thing.
Well, I'm so
Backhanded.
sorry. Damn, that's not my siblings.
Really?
Yeah,
Like it's like a big sister little brother thing.
really cool. I don't do that to that.
No, like who's your? Do you have
But
older
you guys are
sisters?
close in
Not
age.
the.
You guys are
You're
close
right.
in age.
You're right, yeah.
How close are you?
3 years.
See, I wish my brother was.
You know what's weird? Me and Raven literally have the same family dynamic. Like single mom, one brother, younger. Like
I think that's why we connected. Low
our
key.
parents, our moms both lost their mom at a young age. Very crazy.
It was like
Yeah.
destined. I think that's really why we.
And I'm the one straggler.
No, you're right.
Nah.
But
My mom just wants to have a big family apparently.
I mean that's cool. Though.
That's nice though. Like you guys all have a really good rapport with each other. Like all your siblings.
You
It's
have
really
ma-
nice.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, but
Y'all, but all siblings have drama. Like there's not like
Yeah.
literally, and I feel like y'all sibling drama is not that deep compared to like other sibling dramas that I've seen.
I'm just
And at
talking
least y'all
about
keep it in the
one.
family.
I'm just talking about one sibling.
All right.
But other than that,
Anyway,
the rest of us is fine. Like, but
don't.
yeah,
We're not gonna get into it.
okay,
What else
right.
is going on in your life?
No, that's about it. Everything else is good. I'm living a happy life. But I'm just gonna, push myself to do what I want to do. I hate Dimitri.
I think Rayvon, you're very talented. I also feel like you're just very also a bit shy when it comes to your craft. And you're also very critical. Like just knowing you from the past years of like listening to you sing, it don't matter how much you tell Rayvon you could sing. It don't matter if you put him in the middle of the room and make him sing Happy Birthday to a random stranger. He's still gonna like question his talent. And you also comes from a singing family, so it's like they all sing. His brother, freaking Lenny, done traveled the whole world, done performed with everybody. I feel like you look at yourself and you compare yourself to that a lot, and I feel like you need to put yourself in your own category. And like Raven, like me, like everybody, invest in yourself and invest in your craft. Because boy, if I told you, if I could sing, bro, because I can sing. Like don't get me wrong, I can sing. Just like, okay, but if I could sing, like if I could sing,
if I could sing
bro,
like you, Rayvon,
I'm gonna sing just so much somebody could be like, oh, you could sing, yeah, yeah, a little bit.
If I could sing like you, Rayvon, I would have been
albums, EPs every week. Are
bro,
you shitting me?
I would have been.
You should get on it, like honestly, like just invest.
I'd be so embarrassed to sing in public. I don't know why.
Why?
You can sing.
You're very talented.
I don't know. I just be feeling like people don't want to hear that. They say,
So
okay.
what?
There are so many people, and I was gonna say no shade, but it is shade. There are a lot of people out here that just cannot sing, and they're making lots of money.
Yeah, just because they have the confidence.
Off of producers. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have performers. Sometimes you have voices. Like when I listen to like Khalid.
Mm-hmm.
You remind me of him a little bit. Like there's a lot of genres that you like fit into, but you could always make it like yourself because I know you're more so like into like pop, like alternative. Like I feel like you would be like a dope like alternative pop, like R&B type of vibe, like your type of voice. And there are a lot of people that look for that. Just start singing and do what other people do. They be sliding in DMs. They be like, you could do background vocals at first. Like there's so much shit you could do. Gotta do it. Gotta get up in it.
All right, so I'm going to focus on doing that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, invest in thyself.
Period.
But your turn.
Your turn.
Where do I even start? I feel like I'm in a good place right now. I feel like the last month was just very much so ghetto. And I had so much reflecting to do. Like, why do I attract the people? And it wasn't even why do I attract the people. There's like, I realized like back in the day I used to be like a huge people pleaser. Like I would show up for people. I would show up for people more than I would show up for myself. Even for my family sometimes. Like I would show up for other people more than I was showing up for my family. I was neglecting big parts of my life because I was people pleasing. I was coming through. I was tired and I was basically just saying yes, 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 yes. Picking up the phone when I'm tired, nobody asking me about what I'm going through, etc. And it was to a point where I was just going through a lot and in a really dark place about like 2 years ago. And I just started setting boundaries. And I just kind of went like, I don't want to say MIA, but like, if I didn't feel like doing it, if I didn't want to do it, if I didn't have the energy to do it, I just didn't. If I felt like I needed to prioritize something, I started doing that. I just started putting myself first and stop putting myself in situations that I do not want to be in. Like, I met this girl and I remember she's a little bit, a lot of people, like a lot of y'all did not like her, but I liked her because she was so like, she didn't give a fuck. Like she did not give a fuck. She was also a Pisces. And I remember one time we were out and she abruptly got up and left. And she didn't say anything. And I like texted her like, where'd you go? Like we were talking.
Are we talking about this?
Yeah. Don't say anything. But she was like, we were talking. And she was like, you know.
Why name so?
You know exactly.
She was
who
like,
it is.
I felt like I didn't want to be there. She was like, I don't want to be there. But so she was like, I didn't want to be there anymore. So I left. And I like, even though the way she did it was like, you know, questionable, I kind of applied that to like a lot of situations in my life that I legit have nothing to do with, but I'm just maybe being that supportive person or maybe just, there's just a lot of things that I don't want anything to do with because it may be a little too heavy on me but I was just trying to, you know, be there. And it just became mad unhealthy. So if I don't want to do it, if I don't want to be there, if I don't want to, you know, experience it, I'm just going to leave. Just like she said, I'm just going to not do it. Like, and I feel like now I'm getting a little bit out of control and I'm trying to, you know, get out of that, like being so like, I guess closeted to myself, really. And not so much so like as vocal as I used to be. I feel like I used to be very friendly and social, but I just felt a little traumatized. And then I had a situation that happened last month where I, like usual, you know, people I told you like when people say they love your energy and they just kind of like just keep dumping on you. I did not know. I'm gonna give you all the tea.
Sorry, not to cut you, but you smell really good, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Because I said I was gonna talk my shit during this podcast, and they knew what I went through. Yeah. And what gets me mad is when I go through something that I have nothing to do with, and when I'm being nice and I'm telling you things like, "Hey, I am not in the right mental place to handle this right now," or "Hey, today's not a good day," or, you know, imagine someone calls your phone and every time they call your phone, they are crying hysterically. crying hysterically. You don't really know them like that. You know them through a situation. And I am a nice person.
She's too nice. I've always said this.
This
Cassandra
is my biggest
nice.
fucking downfall.
Too nice.
And I don't know how to turn it off, unfortunately. I really just don't know how to turn it off. But it got me to the point where it was becoming excessive, and I'm explaining to this person, hey, mentally I can't do this. I'm telling you, I'm giving you advice, you're not taking it. And now it's starting to affect me because imagine someone is calling you, and every time they're calling you, they're hysterically crying about something that they could simply just walk away from. Because if anyone is putting me through something like that to the point where I am calling a bunch of inconspicuous people that have nothing to do with the situation, you don't need to be in that situation. That person is no good for you. So at this point, what do you want me to do? And then the person turns around, which literally happens when I set a boundary and I say, well, no, I'm not doing this shit no more because now you're making me uncomfortable and you're affecting my fucking mental health already when I'm going through stuff. Now it's my fault. Now I'm the issue because I spoke to my significant other about what you were doing to me. Like turn the whole thing around on me. It was like completely insane. That's a lot of in-between stuff, but like stuff like that just makes me realize like, what am I doing wrong, and why do I keep getting these people that just feel comfortable enough to like just dump on me like that? And like when you first meet me, I don't know anything about you personally. Like if I tell you, I'm like trying to think, what does this girl like to do? Like, what does she do for a living? And I don't know. Because all I know is her drama. Red flag.
Real talk. The person she talking about off the first time meeting her, I did not like her. I'm like, nah, this is not.
She pressed me multiple times. She pressed you pressed my best friend. I had a problem with that. I did not like that at all.
Yeah, I wish she would.
So if you're rewatching this, because she was really getting crazy. Like when I'm telling you, she was calling my phone like she was my nigga.
I wish she would have. I wish she would have.
Ma'am. And I'm not even spilling your tea, because if I was really spilling your tea, people would see that you were a little off, honey. But I spared you because I was like trying so hard to be nice, but when you tried to flip the switch by being the Lulu, still being the Lulu, and said that it was me and you victimized yourself.
Played the victim.
When I was nothing but nice to you, I said, oh wait, I had to let her know. I had to like be realistic with her. Like I said exactly what I said and I meant it. And then I blocked her because I'm like, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Unnecessary.
I think Cassandra, yes, is a very nice person. Cassandra is also a very welcoming person. Like a lot of people are attracted to Cassandra, yes, and they will just come to her and just want to be her friend and open up to her. And just the type of person she is, she just welcomes it because she doesn't really see any like harm in it. And I think she's gotten better, but I think with this specific person, like, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just needed to set some boundaries. I think there are certain people where you can like put a line and not really have to say nothing and they get it. But then there are other people like you really have to say like, you're doing too much, leave me alone. Like just honest and blunt like that. And I feel like this is that type of person. And I feel like as you are growing, you're learning that there's nothing wrong with setting a boundary that is going to protect yourself. And people can think you're mean, people can think you're whatever. It doesn't matter. And, you know, you can't really care about what other people think.
I became the villain so bad. Like 2023 was my villain era. And it's so crazy because I'm like so fucking, you only piss me off if you piss me off, it was like you did something.
Let's talk about it.
It has to be it. And I was about to get into I'm gonna say it. I had a job.
Let's talk about that villain shit. Yo, we got to talk about it.
I had a job where I was nothing but nice to the owner for years. And it took me so long to realize that this lady was actually the villain. Like and we used to make excuses for her all the time. And it's like the disrespect I got past, but it's the constantly going around and victimizing yourself when you were high-key abusing your employees. Let's talk about it. let's talk about it. You came back, and I don't know what happened in between. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but all I know is when you came back, that shit went downhill. And I'm talking about I'm talking about a bad boss I had that low key
bad leadership.
Horrible.
Some people don't know how to lead. No. Some people don't know how to manage other people, and it's a lot being a leader. It's a lot being a boss. It's a lot having to deal with different personalities. But like she was saying with victimizing yourself, a lot of people victimize themselves and like try to make other people feel guilty in the situation. And that's when you really have to be sure of yourself and know like, okay, this person is doing something that I don't like and they're trying to make me feel bad about it, and I shouldn't feel bad, and I'm not gonna feel bad, because people try to get over on you, and when you clock that they're trying to do that and you say something, they try to make you feel like, oh no, like feel bad about it, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna feel bad for sticking up for myself.
Absolutely not.
Shit. Are you kidding me?
The owner of my old job that I quit, because one thing about me, I'm not like the rest. I will tell you about your fucking self, and you're not gonna disrespect me. The owner a couple of years ago, she told me that I remember I had an issue with someone, and she's like, well, maybe people treat you like that because you're a pushover. Remember I told you I used to be a people pleaser, blah, blah, blah. Used to want to, I said, oh, word? Because honestly, I did not think that. So I toughened up a lot. And she tried to take advantage of me. She tried me. Like, I'm talking, tried me, like, was talking about me to my coworker, was talking about me to my the customers. Mind you, she's downstairs smoking weed instead of helping us. Yes, I'm spilling all the motherfucking tea. Downstairs smoking weed instead of actually helping me by myself on the Haitian New Year's. Then she comes upstairs and she's talking shit. And then when I start talking shit back, you know what she does? She stands up, posts it behind me like she finna do something, like she wanna hit me. This is the real story, because I really been wanting to get this off my chest. She is not the victim, y'all. She's not the victim. She is lying. Nobody did nothing to her. She is upset because her life is in fucking shambles. And she brought that back down to Brooklyn, because she was upstate. She brought it back down to Brooklyn. And she made our life a living fucking hell. It was so much negativity. And then turns around and plays victim. And then insinuating that we were doing all types of shit when we were on her side for years. Like, I'm talking about trying to make this lady money, throwing events. She didn't even pay one of my co-workers and my close friend the money that she was owed. She didn't pay her, being petty. There's so much shit that she did. And I get that you want to call yourself a philanthropist or whatever. You want to be a community organizer, all this other shit, but you have to be a good person. And you, my friend, are not a good person.
Yo, she been working.
And I know you watch her podcast, and that is exactly why I'm speaking about it. She been trying to catch me. You're not going to catch me. I don't want to talk to you. I done already prayed you off of me. I prayed that negative energy off of me because I said that establishment was holding me back, and it really was. Everybody told me that I needed to leave, and I finally did. And I'm so happy that I decided to walk out. So that is my update, y'all. I feel good that getting that off my chest. I finally got to say it.
Because she's like two things though. I want to get back to something. Cassandra is really nice, right? Now, if y'all know me, I'm nice. Like, I'm a nice asshole. Mm-hmm. Like, but I'm really nice. But she was like over the top nice. That is crazy to me. I'm happy she's not that nice anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know when I explained that I used to be such a softie. Like, okay, I'm gonna bring it up, but don't keep it out.
I feel like people, like, there's nothing wrong with Cassandra being, I love the fact that Cassandra's so friendly and she's so nice. Yes. And, like, I hate that people took advantage of that and it, like, hardened her a little bit. Because, like, of course she needed to set boundaries with people, but, like, the situations that happened should have never happened. Like, people shouldn't have been taking advantage of her. People shouldn't have been trying to, like, abuse her niceness and her kindness. And it's unfortunate that all that stuff had to happen for her to get to this point. And, like, it'll never happen again. But it's like, I love the fact that she's so nice. Like Cassandra, we will be out and Cassandra will go to the bathroom. I remember one time we was at a bar. Cassandra's like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom. He's like, okay, why she come back with a whole person? I'm like, Cassandra, who is this? She's like, oh, they were just sitting at the bar by themselves. So I invited them to come with us. And I'm like, it's so sweet and it's so genuine, but it was also like, girl, who is this person?
You ever meet somebody though? Like, I feel like I'm very empathetic too. So
it was so nice.
If I meet you and your vibe is good, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, chill with me. Like, I have no. That's literally how I network. Like, I'll talk to someone. I know so much people just by like. Sometimes people come up to me. Sometimes I go up to them. I know I have welcoming energy. I know that about me, but it's the energies that I invite into my life that I have to be a little bit more cautious of or like aware. But I have been like. And then that's why I'm at the point where I'm okay with my circle. Like, and when I be saying it and I cannot stress it, I don't want any more friends. I'm okay.
I be saying the same thing.
I don't want friends. I
actually said that recently.
We could be cool.
I don't mind new friends because also as an adult, I feel like I love the friends I have. But I have been, especially in the space I'm trying to build community, I want to find a community of people along with the one I already have of like good, genuine people. And I feel like it's so hard as an adult to find good, genuine friends. Like it's always what can you do for me? Or just like transactional in the sense of like she said, the person was using her as like a place to pour out to, but wasn't pouring into her. Like it's really hard to find those. But I feel like when you do, it's such a like safe haven and it's so nice to have, but it is hard. So it's like she said, if you're not coming with the right intentions or being genuine or trying to be positive in my life, then yeah, you don't need to be here because I don't need that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like because of where you are at your life, like, yeah, you're tired. Like you don't want to have to deal with that right now. So
I've been like in a cocoon, like, and I've been telling people, it's like, I feel like people think like, it's them. It's not y'all. Like, I don't talk to anyone really. Like, I really don't. And
but her man and me.
Yeah. And I'm y'all. Like, y'all ensure me. I have, like, about 5 people that I talk to every day. Like, or every week. That's, like, the main people. I literally, the most I speak to.
Me too.
My mom, probably.
It's exhausting.
I think my mom is someone I talk to every day in depth. Like, we have actual conversations. But other than that, me and my boyfriend, but
yeah, like people you interact with every single day. But it's exhausting trying to keep up with like multiple people or like trying to like, and it's like you said, it's nothing against you, but I feel like that's where people have to understand like people are living their lives. Like people got things going on. You shouldn't feel no type of way unless like if someone doesn't answer you back. Like if someone like I text people and they don't answer me like right away, or they might take days, but like I don't be like, oh, they didn't text me, all right, they cut off, like they fake friends. It's like, no, people, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are going through, and it's so selfish for you to be like, because this person didn't respond in the time that I wanted to, now I no longer want to talk to them. How about you ask if they're okay?
That'd be the thing.
How about you ask, hey, what do you got going on? Like
just checking on you, wanting to make sure everything's okay.
It don't take much.
I've said it before. Somebody decided they wanted to basically tell me that they was entitled to my time. I'm like, and who are you? I'm just meeting you.
You talking about the person I don't like?
You know who she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
We gonna get no. It's somebody else. I'm like, I'm just meeting you. Like I have things that I'm going through and I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
People like that scared me. Like, bro, we just met. Like,
yeah,
and. Like, I was just so annoyed when I came in, like, when you meet, things I'm noticing, like, when it comes to me, like, picking and choosing the energies I want, if I just meet a person and they tell me their whole entire life right away. Like, I'm talking the nitty gritty, like
the deep
unfiltered
stuff.
type shit.
I don't need to know all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know all that.
It's like, red flag.
Yeah. But I do want to shift real quick.
The last thing I wanted to say. There was this video because you said you're in your villain era, right? There was this video I seen where some lady, she was like, I'm 100% a villain in certain people's eyes, and she said that is okay. She said, honestly, what did you do for me to be that villain? I'm like, when I heard that, I said, oh shit, that's true. What did you do to me for me to be that villain?
Listen, people will make you the villain when they know they're in the wrong. It don't even matter. Like, I had a situation where I legit explain to someone exactly what they did wrong to me. They acknowledge exactly what they did wrong to me, but I was still the villain at the end of the day because I decided that I no longer wanted to be a part of that person's life. Yeah. At the end of the day, shit happens. Like, I learned to not care, and not once you not care about that shit, it kind of feels good.
Don't it?
Like, oh my God, you hate me. What did Beyonce say? Oh my God, when she was like, give it to me. She said, release all that anger. I can handle it. Mm-hmm. Give it to me, baby. I'm going to turn it into something beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And before I jump into what I was going to say, sometimes you are the villain. Like, sometimes you have to be honest with yourself and be like, I've been the villain sometimes. I've been not a great friend sometimes. I've done things that it's like, you know, maybe you should have handled that a little better. Maybe you didn't need to say that. Maybe you needed to do that. But I feel like having awareness to know, like,
yes, exactly,
when you're being that way, and then also being able to take accountability and apologize. People don't know how to apologize. And it'd be so hard for people to apologize and say sorry. And I've had that problem. Like, I won't say sorry, but, like, I'll do other things. And I'm learning, like, no, some people really need you to say, I'm sorry. Like, you just brushing it off and, like, doing something else that you count as an apology doesn't count. Exactly. Like, be accountable and speak and say, I'm sorry, acknowledge what you did, and move forward saying, like, I won't try to do that again. Like, it's hard for people to do that, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's, like, an ego thing or pride.
I told you guys that I was tired of saying sorry. Because I feel like I'm always apologizing for things that I'm not really sorry about. Like, I don't understand, but because I feel like whatever happened, you know, if your feelings are hurt, I apologize. But that whole, like, people not taking accountability,
it's hard for people.
Even, like, I feel like with Caribbean, because I'm in a Caribbean parent.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yo, like,
American parents too.
Yo.
They will not apologize to you. My mom will not apologize to me, but her way of apologizing is by doing nice things. Like, but sometimes I do want, like, an apology. Sometimes I feel like I'm owed that. Like, you know, how do I know that you understand what you did wrong? How do I know that you're validating my feelings? And I feel like that's, like, with a lot of stuff. Sometimes you need to acknowledge and take accountability for something that you did wrong. Yeah. You can't just, like, move on. Like, I feel like talk about it. And that builds up. Like, people don't understand that. Like, that, you know, but...
Yeah, it is hard. I feel like all parents, especially, like, the older generation, like our parents, like, I'm not old, but y'all older. Like, it's just hard for them. It's just hard for them to acknowledge, like, hey, you did something that hurt your feelings. And I think for me, it's also been vocalizing, like, hey, that bothered me. Like, before, if, like, my mom did something, shout out to my mom because I know you're watching, but if she would do something that hurt my feelings, my mom never intentionally would mean to hurt my feelings all the time, but it's like, oh, that does cut kind of deep. And instead of me saying, like, hey, that kind of hurt my feelings, I would just brush it off. But, like, now if I say, like, hey, and it takes me a little while to say something, but, like, my mom can notice that a vibe is off, and I'll be like, hey, like, you know, I know it was a joke, but, like, that did kind of hurt my feelings. And she'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean for it to, I'm sorry. Whereas I felt like back in the day, it might have not been that kind of conversation. But there is growth, but I do feel like you do have to let people know, like, hey, that did hurt my feelings, because they might not even know. Like, some people might just be like, oh, like, it is what it is, it's whatever. Even with us, like, I remember one time I made a joke and I said something to Cassandra, and, like, the next day she was like, hey, what did you mean by that? And I was like, oh, I just, like, you know, it was whatever. She was like, oh, well, I kind of felt like, you know, it was towards me. And I was like, no, like, that wasn't my intention. But if she would have never told me, like, hey, because, you know.
I was going to say I feel like one thing a lot of people need to be able to do is, and y'all know I do it too much, people call me sensitive, emotional, be able to articulate your emotions and express how you're feeling, because people cannot read your mind. So I could have felt upset and probably distanced myself or did something towards Raven. And the whole time she didn't mean it that way. So maybe let me just get some clarity. You'll be like, oh, okay, that's not what she meant, and we can move on. I feel like a lot of times you need to be able to, you know, a lot of people don't have that though. Like, they're not, like, emotionally aware, I guess you can say. And that's a whole different story, but I think it's important to be able to express how you're feeling to someone, and I feel like the listener should be able to take what you're saying and understand it.
I need to take that.
Like,
and it's for one person though. I already know.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna switch gears to something a little bit more upbeat, I guess. Well, I wanted to talk about the Tyler and Gerard Carmichael situation. If y'all don't know, it's been on the internet. If you watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, in a whole summary, Gerard Carmichael had a crush on his friend, Tyler, the Creator. And he told his friend about it. Because to my understanding, he told him off camera before they had that interaction. And then he invited him on the show again to have the conversation. And basically, Tyler kind of like laughed in his face. And he was like, well, what did I say when you first told me? And he was like, what did he say? He called him a what?
he said, "You're a dumb bitch."
And laughed. And basically, basically, I wanted to bring the question. If one of us told each other that we had a crush at this stake in the game, your boyfriend not included, you're single.
I'm saying ill because
that's rude.
I'm not saying it's no like because y'all are like I could never look at y'all in that way.
If I came to you on a serious note and I was like, either one of y'all, I really like y'all. I have feelings for y'all.
Hey, yo, that's
all right. You see, this is a problem. This is a problem.
Real talk. I honestly would laugh thinking that it's a joke.
Okay, so you laugh and my feelings are hurt. Like how he was looking at that video like he's about to cry. I look like I'm about to cry and I'm like, I'm serious.
Oh, then after that, then I'll be like, oh my God, you were serious. Okay.
Yes. Tears in my eyes.
Like, I'd have been like, this is exactly what I'd have been like. I'd have been like, you know, Raven, I love you, not in that way. You know, you're more like a sister to me. Unfortunately, I don't see you in that kind of light. However, I still do have love for you, and I hope that will not, you know, affect our, you know, friendship and, you know, siblingship.
So if I couldn't get over it, like, we would have to stop being friends. Because that's basically what happened. Like, Tyler kind of distanced himself from Gerard.
I think Tyler distanced himself because of Gerard brought up cameras.
I feel like that entire...
I feel like, okay, like, it's like on some, all right, let me give some space type of thing. Because Tyler's a Pisces, right? That was just really weird. Like, you wanted cameras to press me about why I didn't, like why I'm not interested or something like that, and you want to record it.
Yeah, in that situation, it was weird. It was very like, I'm doing this for a reaction.
Yeah, you putting me in this awkward situation, and Tyler is mad fucking unserious. So I was like, but I didn't feel bad for Gerard. I'm sorry. I feel like that was very embarrassing, and I feel like Gerard has I think he gets a hard on from secondhand embarrassment. I think he likes humiliated. Yeah, literally. He is someone who you know, people that are addicted to abuse. No. They're addicted to I'm not saying abuse, but I think they're addicted to just being like
hits.
Not how do you say
like
it?
Some people have humiliation.
Like
play,
yeah,
if
like
that makes any sense. Like they like being humiliated. Like that turns them on.
Like they want to, like they, and then they put themselves in like these like really bad situations.
That would never.
That's just gonna set them up. So like just look bad or, I don't know. I don't like him. I don't think the show is good for him at all.
He's in his villain era.
I feel like
it's being in your villain era and just being a bad person.
I feel like recording the conversation with somebody you said was your best friend for everybody to see was weird. That was very weird.
But what if it wasn't like in our situation? It's no cameras. It's just us. I told y'all. You tell me you don't like us, and I say basically, I don't know if I could be friends anymore because I really have a crush on you. Mind you, we've been friends for a very long time. That would put like a hindrance in our lives, like us not being friends no more because of that. Like, what if that affect you? Like, how would you really move on? Like, serious scenario. This is real life right now. Years of friendship down the drain because I told y'all I liked y'all individually, not together. And y'all told me you don't feel the same. And I'm telling you, like, well, I don't know how much I could, like, be involved as your friend anymore because it's going to bother me.
For one, I would honestly just give you time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like maybe space because
I would give you time, some space. Because I don't want to. One thing about it is I can't change my feelings, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to change my feelings for you. That I shouldn't have to do that. But I'm gonna give you time to, get over me, and then once.
But the friendship would never be the same.
It wouldn't be the same at first, but it can get back to what it was. But that's only if you allow it to.
I just can't think about it. I'm sorry.
Me either.
I can't see either. Let me just
because I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna handle like that because I'm dead ass gonna be like, you cannot be dead ass right now. Like,
but I'm not serious.
If I'm
serious, and I'll be like,
if I know that
since
you're
we
serious,
like girls, like I'm not really asking mad questions. Like, all right, so do you see? I'll be like, do you see yourself eating a vagina? I would just like, pick your, you know exactly. I would pick your brain.
I'm
like, I'll be like, and me, what the fuck? I'll be like, I mean, I get it, but like, girl. No.
Nah, you see that. I know when to turn on the serious wave on. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't. I would not take it serious.
That's the thing.
I was like, bye.
No, I would laugh at first though, because you got to be joking.
Raven.
That is hurtful because I'm really putting myself in it. Like if I really have feelings for y'all, and I told y'all, y'all gonna laugh at my face.
I cannot.
I'm thinking because of how the dynamic we have.
Because these have to be deep feelings. They would have to be deep feelings. We've been friends for a very long time. They would be deep feelings. It's not like, oh, I got a little crush. Like you might be the love of my life.
I would be I would definitely be like, I love you too. You're the love of my life, but not that way, baby.
You see? But I'm gonna think I'm on punked. There's no way.
Or the kid.
Like,
do you see? They don't consider my feelings.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
that would be a crazy scenario. I'm not gonna hold you, especially at this point in the game. It's like you now are telling me that you have feelings for me. Like we've been friends for how long? Like that would be kind of weird.
It doesn't. Okay, so the feelings could have just happened, but my thing is, where did that come from?
I mean, being around you, you guys are handsome, attractive young people. You're a catch.
Handsome.
That's not
handsome, attractive. I know it's attractive. And I am handsome. Get out of here.
You guys are
that
beautiful.
filter where they put the beard on?
No, I love
that filter, bro.
I don't look bad as a guy.
Yo, sexy as fuck.
A nice, healthy beard.
Especially when I have the little sharp jaw. I was like, damn.
No, I know what you're talking about. You're crazy. No.
Stop. No. It's because I had a wig cap on. I had a wig cap on.
She had that strong chin.
Yeah.
She looked crazy, y'all.
No. I look good.
It was not giving handsome.
I look like handsome Squidward.
No.
He was not handsome, though. Handsome Squidward looked kind of crazy to me. I didn't like his face. I think it looked kind of crazy. But speaking of love and all that great stuff, I have been dating. I have chosen to dip my toes in the dating pool. We'll talk about it. So I have opened myself up to dating. Let's say that. I've never really intentionally dated, like really wanted to meet people, experience people, but I have did that. I have opened myself up, and it is boring. It is boring. It is so boring. Like I miss the days of like having a crush and having butterflies and like, oh, when the person texts me, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're texting me. What did they say?
It's better to just have sex.
Yeah.
Sorry to say that. But it is though.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
It is though.
But yeah, it's been super boring, even in the sense of like conversation. Like I don't know if people just don't know how to communicate. Or people don't have interest. Like, what do you like to do? What do you do for fun? Like, what are your goals? What do you look forward to in life? Like,
I hate to start conversation because it's really like, okay.
But it doesn't even have to start out like that. Like some conversations I've been having, like, it'll be like, oh, what you up to? And I'll be like, oh, I'm watching a show. It's like, oh, have you seen it? Like, what kind of shows do you like? Like, it could flow. Like I know how to have a conversation, but when I feel like I'm pulling teeth to have a conversation,
that's when I'm out of there.
What's the point of having it? And so, like,
I'm out of Dodge. All right, thank you.
Like, it's been so boring. And, like, most of that has been me dating online. I do want to open myself up to dating in person, like, actually meeting somebody outside and being like, hey, like, what's your name? What's going on?
Y'all, she's lying. Because every time we go out, I'm a matchmaker. I got one marriage under my belt. Anywho, I be trying to get Raven I be trying to get Raven. I be really trying to get Raven to get up out there. I be like, perk up the titties, everything. I be like, go ahead. I be like, he make this much. He like, girl, go over there and smile. Mimi smiling at her, and she be like, I be like, Raven, he was a nice guy. It be the tiniest thing, bro. Or like, it was like
not her exposing me.
Exactly. Raven.
All right, she might be telling the truth somewhat. Cassandra is a very good wing woman. Like, if I tell her, like, oh, I think that guy over there is cute, she will go over there and, like, set it up. But Cassandra is so, like, what's the word? She's so obvious with it. Like, I remember one time we was at a bar.
If you want something, get it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Let me tell you, she is so obvious with it. One time we were at a bar with one of her co-workers and his friend. I don't know if you remember this. We was at the bar and we were all three sitting together, and she had asked me, she's like, oh, do you think he's cute? And I'm like, yeah, I think he's cute. We're sitting there. She's like talking me up, which is fine, cool. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. She gets up behind him and she's like, mind you, he could see her the whole time.
Oh, he saw me?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
So then now I feel awkward because I'm just like,
oh, you see,
what do I say? But Cassandra, like, she be so obvious with it. She's not low with it at all. Like, and I appreciate the effort. I really do.
You see what I would do in my head? What I would do, because if I'm like, yeah, my friend does this, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, she's not cool. Not like that, like not making it, too obvious. Like we talking, and I'm like, oh, she does this. Like if I see like something in common, I'll throw her name in there, right? And then I do the gotta use the bathroom type of thing because. Now I'm gonna throw it to Raven, like reel them in, catch it.
Yeah, she does. So, I don't really catch that well. I will be honest. She does reel them in and toss it to me. I don't catch it that well, but I have been working on it. I have been working on my communication with talking to men. I just don't know how to finish. Like once you reel it in, I catch it. I don't know how to put it in the bucket. Like I don't know how to like.
I'm the opposite. I don't know how to start. Really? I don't know how to start. Yeah. I know how to finish.
Just be yourself, man. It's so easy. I feel like dating is not that hard.
I just don't like rejection. So if I feel like I could possibly get rejected, I'm not even going for it. Period. Like you gotta come to me. Like I'll look at you. That's all I'm doing. If you don't get the look and you don't take that as a hint and you don't come over here and ask for my name and my number, I've done my part.
Well, I'm glad that we only are exposing one person. So next time.
No, let's expose you too.
Let's not do that.
Let's expose you too. Because Rayvon be shy too. Like he don't like to go and really like reel it in either.
I don't. And I admitted that. I don't know.
But you don't be finishing either.
Okay, so I do know how to finish.
But you don't finish.
Yeah,
because I don't start.
The starting too is not, because there was the other day where we was on a train and there was this person on the...
Yes. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk.
And you could tell they wanted to continue the conversation. They left their AirPod out and everything after Ray complimented them. They left their AirPod out. You could hear it. You could tell that they was listening to everything. And I'm like, what?
They were sitting right next to each other. Literally. She was obvious in that moment, but still, like, he still could have... They were on the train for how much longer? Exactly.
And then when they got up to get off the train, took the AirPod out. Have a good night. Oh, sorry, you could have bagged
that was all you.
They wanted you so bad.
I hate they wanted you. Yeah. No, but that was a prime example. So don't be up here front and talk about you know how to finish.
I know how to finish. I just didn't know how to start. That was the thing. Okay, I actually started.
They started it for you.
I started it great.
Yeah, and you could have continued.
I could have continued. You're right. Damn.
Look.
Okay, you know what it was? It was just okay, I'm just gonna compliment this person to know that clothes. That was all it was for me. It wasn't like I'm thinking about bagging.
That could have been practice. I think what we need to start doing is practicing. Like even if we don't like finish it, like still practice it and then just be like, all right, we have it in our bag for when we do see somebody that we really, really want. Because this online dating is really not working for me like at all. But
I know who Raven won.
Who I want? Oh.
Get out of here.
I was like, wait, who? Well, we can't really talk about that because,
Manifest it, Raven. Manifest it. I'm here for you.
We'll manifest
I think that would be a very nice match.
I think, well, we'll talk about this off camera, but yeah. Anyway, continue on love. I wanted to talk about love bombing versus someone actually like being not in love with you, but like they actually really like you. So basically, someone was talking about how they met this guy and how he was like doing all this stuff for them. However, they just met. And people were like, oh, he's love bombing you. He's love bombing you. But then other people were like, well, what if he's just doing this because he's actually a nice guy and he wants to do it? And I feel like sometimes it is really hard to tell the difference between love bombing and someone just being committed in the beginning and just wanting to do nice things. So like, how do you tell the difference between someone who's love bombing and someone who's like just doing stuff because they genuinely want to do it for you?
So I am in a relationship. Oh, you guys, I make a year next month.
Beautiful.
But
Black love.
back in the day when I was dating, I think like y'all know I used to find myself in like relationships somehow, or like I was dating someone and I just didn't want to like commit to them because of like love bombing, like stuff like that. Like, say we don't really know, so like you don't really know a person, and I really think it takes a really long time to get to know someone. And if someone is saying that they love you, you don't feel like it's warranted, or you don't understand why. Because if somebody is like, I love you, I'm in love with you, I think the perfect question is to ask them, why do you love me? Because I feel like love is such a big word, like love bombing.
Very strong word.
And a lot of men, I'm not going to say just men, but I know a lot of men do love bomb. Like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And it just be like, I don't want to say pillow talk, but like I feel like they're kind of like trying to swindle you or like finesse you or like sweet talk you. Like, that's what you mean, like with the love bombing.
Well, I just looked up the definition because I wanted to be correct. So basically, love bombing is an attempt to influence another person with over-the-top displays of attention and affection. So they might not be saying "I love you," but like maybe
It's
they'll
like the
bring you
actions.
flowers every day, or like, "Hey, do you want to go to lunch?"
Why are
Do
we
you wanna
complaining
do
about
that?
men doing good things? That's so frustrating. Like, what? It's frustrating. Like, the word simp is mind blowing
I love
to
a
me.
simp.
I love a simp. I love it, baby.
Show me you love
flowers. I love simps are romantic. The guys who think that men that they call simps, it's because you don't have a romantic bone in your body and you don't like. I always say this. You can always tell when a man actually does not like women. You don't like women because you think this guy bought this girl flowers, or he's trying to win her over, sweep her off her feet. Oh, he's doing too much. He's a simp.
Yeah, that's
You
weird.
must not like, because I know a man, I know a man that loves women will literally do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying
Everything
to sweep her
and
off her
beyond.
feet. Oh, I want that.
Everything
He's gonna
and
do
beyond.
all of that, but you're like, are you in competition with the girl? Like, it just be like, no, it'd be like so confusing. Like,
it's so
oh,
weird.
he's a simp. I'm like, why is he a simp? So you think that you're gonna get these girls by doing the bare minimum, and it always shows when someone gets absolutely no punani. Like, maybe you should try simping. Like, I don't even think a simp is a simp. I just think they are romantic.
Yeah.
They're actual men that love women. They like women.
Yeah.
They call the nice guys simps, even females. You know what? No,
And they're
let
the
me say
ones
something.
winning at the end of the day.
Because I've known a few females. It's like, oh yeah, he's doing all of this and it's too much to stand up. I'm like, he's doing nice things for you and it's too much. So basically, what it is, you like to be choked up and knocked up in your head. So okay, cool. You could go for
Some
that.
women do prefer to be abused, and I'm learning that too.
You could go for that. What you need to do is let him go and tell him how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, and so he could just go to the next female that's going to appreciate him.
And stop messing up these good guys. Stop breaking their fucking heart so they go to the next girl and they don't treat, like, it'd be like the wrong person, like, that mess it could take one girl taking not appreciating a guy,
And then
that
he
would
go
make
into
him
his
try.
villain era.
But don't
Exactly.
do that. Like,
Villain
I
era.
don't like when guys are like, oh, because I have this experience with this girl, like, I'm not gonna, do the same thing. Like, anybody in general, like, I've been through a situation and you would think I would be like, forget everybody. But no, like, I'm still open to love, because it's like, why would I not give myself the opportunity to be loved properly just because I wasn't loved properly before? So, like, if you've had a bad situation, I understand, like, you're definitely going to be more aware and, like, guard it in a sense. But, like, don't write somebody off because of what you've been through. Like, allow people to love you. Allow people to show you what actual love is. Like, that whole, like, oh, because I went through this, like, I don't trust nobody. Then why are you dating? Be single for the rest of your life.
I mean, I kind of understand it, though, like, why some people would grow cold. If
But
it's
then
like,
it's like,
if it's like a continuous thing, like they're dating some people, and every person does the same shit, I understand.
so then why are you still dating?
Maybe they still have some kind of hope that they'll find the right person.
So then if you're going to have hope completely.
So, but wait, that's the thing though. They would have to like, all right. So they would have to. How can I say it? The person that they're dating is gonna have to like earn their trust.
That's not fair. I'll be the person to say it. It's not fair for me to come into a relationship with a new person and I'm paying for the things that the old person did. I would never make somebody do that. If I'm dating somebody new, a guy, even with what I've been through, I'm never going to make you pay for what he did. Until you give me a reason to start looking at you crazy, then we good. We fine. Like, and obviously I'm not going to be oblivious. If I see certain signs, I'm going to be aware and I'm going to call them out. But I'm not going to be like, oh, well, this person cheated on me and this is how they did it, so now I'm going to question everything you do. Like, that's exhausting. And I've been in a situation where I had to do that. Like, because someone else did it, oh, now you like looking at me crazy. Then why date?
And I would say that I had to have come to that realization too, because when I first started dating my boyfriend now, I just came out of, well, I'm going to say just came out, but I experienced like a Haitian man. I'm gonna say a Haitian man was girlfriend number 2. This man drove me fucking insane. Short period of time, but he left a mark. He sure did. But like, it was kind of like after that, because being that I never really experienced getting cheated on to that extent, I was just like, I never wanted to feel like that before. So like now it's just like, I don't want to say I was putting it on him a lot, but it was very much so like my ex did this and it's kind of reminding me of that. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not him. Like, stop comparing me to other niggas. He ate with that. Period. So I was like, all right.
I need to stop saying period.
No, period.
Yeah, right. No.
Like, so I definitely agree. Like, you can't, like what the last person did, the next person won't do. And I feel like if you continuously keep dating the same type of person, then you don't need to date at all. And I always say you need to date yourself first. Like, you really have to take the time out to, you have to be ready to get into a relationship. Relationships are not easy, but you definitely have to be secure and mentally ready to be able to accept love after you deal with something like that. Mm-hmm. So you can give it back, you know? Yeah.
Any thoughts for him? Any last thoughts?
The only thing I'll say is, for me, it's like, if that happened to me, where I'm like dating and for some reason, it seemed like I'm dating the same type of people over and over, and I find that one person that's not like them. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Of course, I'm not gonna give you all my trust, you know, and I'm gonna explain to them like, look, I want to trust you, I really do. You know what I'm saying? But because of what I've been through in the past, it might be a little hard for me to give you all of my trust. Mm-hmm. But we can work on that. Now, for me to just be like, oh, because that's how this person treated me, I'm gonna, you know, act a certain way towards you. That's weird. Because you don't know them and they didn't do anything to you, you know. So, but I would just let them know, like, we can get to that place. You know what I'm saying? You just have to work with me and give me time.
Yeah. I need y'all to heal. We should all be healing and wanting better for ourselves, in the sense of like, we've all been hurt. We've all been in situations that we didn't ask for, but we here. And so we can't keep on hurting people. Hurt people. But I just want us to heal from the hurt, you know, do better, love, care, peace, joy, happiness, everything in between.
And I don't know if I ever told you guys this, right? And this is a true story. I forgot the name of Viola Davis' biography, but I remember she said that she went to church and she spoke to her pastor. Her pastor told her to write down exactly what you want in your husband. Like, write it down verbatim. What do you want out of a man? What do you think the perfect husband is?
Mm-hmm.
And she did that, and she said she met her husband in church the next year. And I did that.
Wow.
I did that last year, where I just wrote down what I wanted, what I was looking for. And I think I applied that to a lot of aspects of my life, where sometimes things are a little bit more clearer on paper, but like writing down, I guess like manifesting in a sense is writing down what you want, what you're looking for. Like I'm talking about, he said be very specific.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want him to be 6'6", write that down. If you want him to have a beard, if you want him to be family oriented, if you want him to have siblings, if you want him to be selfless, loving, like you want him to like write down exactly what you want from the person you were looking for, your ideal candidate. So you know when you're dating this person or when you come across them, you're like, oh, okay, you know?
Yeah.
And of course it's not going to be every single thing on the list, but bro, if it's close enough, then yeah, like, you know. So I feel like a lot of times, especially when it comes to dating, you don't really go in to dating really knowing what you're looking for. Maybe you just have like an aspect that's like, as far as physical attributes, like I want them to look this type of way, but sometimes you never know. Like, you got to be funny if I date you. You have to make me laugh. You gotta be goofy, you gotta be very quirky, like stuff like that. Like, so I can be that way with you because I'm goofy, I'm quirky. Like, there's a lot of things that come into dating. So, and you won't even know what you really like sometimes. So that's why I think dating is important.
Mm-hmm.
You can just date to date. You don't have to have no like, you don't owe nobody nothing, I say, when it comes to dating. You can just simply be having fun, exploring your options, but also learning what you want. People are interesting. You may leave that day learning something. No, seriously.
Are they?
Sometimes you may leave the day learning something random.
Some people are, but like
some people are pretty boring.
Some people are just. I've also heard that, like, in the context of writing everything out that you want in your partner, I've also heard like someone saying, write everything you want in a person, and then you should be working towards being that, and then you will find somebody who is also a reflection of that.
Because my mom definitely told me, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, that's something that I've been trying to do. Like, the person that I'm looking for, I've been trying to be that person myself right now. Yeah, that's just what I've been practicing. But what did you want to say?
Yeah, my mom kind of told me that before. She was just like, because you also think, why do I keep attracting such trash people? You know, why am I attracting trash men? Am I putting myself in this?
I thought she was saying that about you.
No. I'm saying, are you putting yourself in that bubble, or are you settling for less, or is this how you look at yourself, or you view yourself? Why did you accept the date? Like certain things like that. So then you're like, okay, I want this type of guy. You can't want a guy who make, 6 figs, he dressed nice, he smell nice, he goes to the gym, he does all of this extra stuff and blah, 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 but you're not that. It's like, because they also have to be able to, you have to keep them interested too. Like, you have to work towards certain things. Like, manifestation doesn't work by just saying things. You have to work towards it. Mm-hmm. So I really think that that's like a really good a really good point you made.
But yeah, so you're not dating. Are you dating?
I am dating. We're still dating. We're just because it's
so no.
Do you want to date?
Right now, honestly, right now, if it happens, it happens. If it don't,
you're not really like looking for it.
Yeah.
Searching for it, but if it happens, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can honestly could have saw been dating right now, but
who?
The train.
Who?
The train.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, you gotta take your opportunities as they come, and there's nothing wrong with going back. Like, there's nothing wrong with if you meet somebody.
You talking about spinning a block?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
We don't spin the block over here.
No.
I used to spin the block, but I have grown and matured because I feel like if we deaded a situation, there's really no need for it to be coming back unless you have grown as well, and now we're both in a place to be like, okay, let's try this again. But that is very, very unlikely. I don't believe in spinning the block. I feel like once people lose access to you, there's usually a reason. And like, I don't like applauding bad behavior anymore. Like, if you did something wrong to me, you shouldn't have access to me in any capacity, in any way. I don't care what it is. Like, no, that's done. And I feel like that's something I had to learn, is stop giving everybody multiple chances. Like, when it comes to dating, friendships, or whatever, like, people show you who they are. And when they show you, believe them. Stop trying to change people, you know?
Me, especially when it comes to men, I used to be useless. And it wasn't even on some, like, because I feel like men just be having the audacity sometimes. And one thing you're not finna do is play with me. So I would even try to beat you to the punch. Like, you could blocked. Like, or like, if someone does something, and when it comes to dating, if they do something, pay attention to red flags and don't let it become accumulative. And if you don't like something, address that shit right away. Like, immediately. Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping, like, I can't wait for you guys to find your lovers.
Look, at this point, on a serious tip, not that I don't want a husband or a family. I feel like God definitely gives you desires of your heart, but I also feel like when I be praying for stuff, I also have to like give it up to the fact that like if it's not meant for me, it's not meant for me. Right. And like if it's not meant for me to have that, then I don't want it. Because one thing I've learned, trying to get things that don't have any alignment in my life, is just not ever going to work out. Like, I'm never going to have peace with a situation if it's not meant for me, no matter how much I try. So every time I pray, even when I pray for like a husband and like a family, I always preference it with like, God, if this is for me, then let it be for me. And if it's not, then allow me to understand why and give me, you know, the acceptance of why it's not for me. Because there's plenty of things in my life, not even love, just like in general, that I be wanting so bad and like it don't work in my favor. And I'm just like, why? And I be so upset because I'm like, I feel like I deserve this. I feel like I should have it. But it's like, what if I'm protecting you from something that you don't even know? And that's how I've had to be more disciplined in that, because if I want something, I want it and I'm going to go get it. But if it's not meant for me, all it's going to do is cause chaos in my life. And like, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth the headache, you know. I like peace. I like happiness. And so I just be praying like, look, that's what I want in my life. But God also, you know, if you listening, make something shake, because, you know, I'm only getting older. But that is actually going to wrap up episode number 5. We appreciate you guys for watching. Oh, we have to do something we learned.
Something I learned? Kindness goes a really good way, a really long way, and empathy. I'm going to continue to walk with empathy, because like my new job now, I feel like just like the experience I'm having has just made me look at my life with like so much gratitude, and like just look at how like fucked up the world is, kind of. And I'm like, you have a lot of people that will see somebody in like such a horrible place in their life and like treat them even worse. And I decided like, well, I'm not that person in general, but with my job, I see that a lot. Like, the workers are just treating certain people horribly, and I'm like, I went in there and I was being nice, and it shows and it transpires and it's received back. So treat people with kindness and practice empathy. And yeah. I feel like I say the same thing every week. I say the same thing.
So something I learned is to Leave people where they are and not let them regain access into your life once you let them go. Another thing that I've learned about myself, which I really do have to fix lately, I've been like, I will speak without thinking, no matter if it hurt the person's feelings or not. And my mom was like, yeah, that's not good. Like, that's something I've learned about myself. Like, anything that just pops up in my head, I just say it out. So I have to work on that as well.
One thing I learned this week is to be more aware of what's going on around you, meaning your surroundings, what you're doing. Just have more of a consciousness about what is going on. I feel like sometimes I just be floating, and I'm not really paying attention to my surroundings. I'm not really paying attention to like what's happening, and things are just going on. And then it's like before it's too late, it's like, boom, it happened. And so, yeah, just be aware of what's happening around you. If you get bad vibes or bad feelings from something, whether it's a place, a situation, a person, be mindful of that. Don't ignore it. And, just be safe out there and be careful. A lot of things are happening. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys again for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like and share. Follow us on the Instagram and all the other social platforms. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Later.
Bye.
This is aggressive for me with the clock right here.